Hey girls and boys, it is Mr. McAndrew, the math coach. Very excited to be with you as always. Particularly excited because we're going to get to use what? A tape measure. Oh yeah, we're going to be using this all week because one way you can think of adding and subtracting is with the length of things or like the height of things. Like your height, like how tall are you? Do you know how tall you are? You might know how tall you are in feet or inches. Usually that's how we do it, okay? So what I need you to do is, let me get my face out of the way, is take out in your math packet, turn to the page that, or just take it out that says Monday word problem, okay? Word to the problem. Are we going to add or subtract? I don't know. Let's find out. So the first thing you need to do is figure out how tall you are in inches. And I might post another short video just showing a way to do that. But basically, the best way to do that is to measure yourself. And it's better to get somebody to help you, is to grab like a ruler or something flat. Okay. Take your shoes off. No cheating. You know what I'm talking about. And you stand against a wall. Okay. And you put the ruler flat on top of your head, okay, like this, and then mark the wall with a pencil or someone's finger, preferably, okay, all right, and then you step away from it, whoop, okay, but then you have on the wall, you have how tall you are, and then you take your tape measure. Now you'll notice your tape measure, okay, there's two sides. On this side, these are the inches, okay, they're a lot bigger than the other side, which are centimeters. Okay, we're not doing centimeters. Not doing centimeters. Okay, we're doing the inches. All right? So you want to figure out how many inches you are. Not feet and inches, just inches. You're probably somewhere between like, I don't know, I'm thinking like, most of you are somewhere probably between like 48 and 60 inches, I would assume. So probably like, I would be surprised if a lot of you are like in the 50s. Okay. Okay. So anyways, so you want to measure yourself. All right. And this goes all the way up to 60. So it should be long enough to use, should be in your math bag, math materials. If it's not, then if you're taller than 5 feet, which is 60 inches, that means you're very tall. But all you do is you just keep measuring after the 60. You measure to the 60, you mark it, and then you start back at the beginning again. Okay, but I don't think that's going to happen. All right, so let's take a look at our word problem, and let's do an example. Okay, this is not going to be what your example is, but it's just we're just going to do an example. All right. So let's pretend like I know how tall I am. I am 69. Okay, I am, let's see, 12 times 5 is 60 plus, yeah, so I'm 5'9", so I'm about 69 inches, okay? And it says, if your friend, so let's say my friend, is 8 inches shorter than you, okay, then how tall is your friend? So how are we going to figure that out? Are we going to add to my height or subtract from my height? So we're talking about somebody who is shorter, right? So if I am this height, then somebody is shorter than me. My friend is 8 inches shorter, okay? So to figure out how tall is my friend, he's not going to be, or she's not going to be taller, she's going to be shorter. So it's going to be less. So we're going to probably have to subtract, right, from my height. All right, so let's take a look. It says 8 inches shorter. Okay, so if I have, now some of you may already know the answer, right? Some of you may already know the answer is 61 inches. Right? But we can prove it. So, all right, so we have 69, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're only subtracting 8. We're not subtracting any of the 10s. So if we take away, so actually let me show this. We have 60 here and 9 here. If we take away 8 from 9, we're left with just 1. And we still have our 60 over here. 60 plus 1 is 61. Okay? And then we have our equation, or a number sentence, which would be 69 minus 8 equals 61. All right, so that we know, boys and girls, is an easier version, right? But what if, because there's no regrouping, we had plenty of ones to take from. But we know from doing subtraction that sometimes it can get a little bit tricky, right? Because, so for example, what if I wasn't 69 inches? What if instead I was as tall as I wish I could be, which is more like 73 inches. I only say that because I love playing basketball, and sometimes not being very tall does not help. Sometimes if I was taller, it would help. It still wouldn't make me a professional, but at least I can dream, right? Okay, so let's say I'm 73 inches. That would help, all right? So now, let's show 73. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 1, 2, 3. Okay? So right now, boys and girls, you're just kind of watching me, and then you're going to do this after me, all right? So I'm going to subtract 8 inches because my friend is 8 inches shorter. Now, this is a little bit more challenging because we don't have enough ones to take away from, right, the 8 from. Okay, we could use negative numbers. That would be -5, but you're not in middle school yet, so we're not doing that yet. Okay, so what we can do, though, is we can regroup one of these 10s and make it into 10 ones. So I'm going to cancel this out, draw an arrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now, instead of having 70, I have 60, and over here I have 13. So 73 inches is also the same as 60 inches and 13 more inches, right? Okay? All right, so now if I subtract 8, what's 13 minus 8? Does anybody just know that's 5? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That leaves us with 5. Yes, it is 5. And over here, we still have 60. So the answer now is 65 inches. Okay, so you may, when you measure your height and subtract 8, you may need to regroup something like this, or you may not. Depends on how tall you are. Okay? And then my number sentence, of course, would be 73, take away 8 equals 65. Okay, so please do this word problem. All right, measure yourself. Kind of fun. You're going to be using this throughout the week. Subtract 8 and find out how tall your friend would be if they were 8 inches shorter than you. Okay, boys and girls, great job. Keep it up, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.